Hello everyone, this is Jacob Goji here, and today I'm going to be doing another toy review. So today we're going to be reviewing the Jakks specific Godzilla King of the Monsters 6-inch King Ghidorah figure. So this King Ghidorah comes from the 2019 film Godzilla King of the Monsters, which the movie comes out this month. So yeah, now let's get started with the review. Now we're going to be starting off with sculpt and paint. So as you can see, the head sculpts look pretty good. Yeah, you can tell that the heads are sculpted the same because King Ghidorah has 3 heads. And then on his heads we have these like horns, which kind of does look like hair. Yep, that's what like the 2019 King Ghidorah looks like. But it doesn't look completely accurate because they're kind of a little too stick together. Like, I was expecting King Ghidorah's horns like to be a little more separate instead of being stick together. And then the paint job. So King Ghidorah's painted like so he's painted gold, just like other King Ghidorah figures. And then the eyes are painted. They're painted like white. Yep, and there's no pupils, but it still looks pretty good. And then another issue I have with this figure is that the mouths are not painted. Like I just wish King Ghidorah had like the teeth painted and the mouths painted. Well, you know. And then the neck sculpts look pretty good. You know, they look really nice. You can see like they did a really good job with the paint. Like, I just like the black wash they give on him, as you can see right here. Just like the black wash they gave on his necks. And then, now for the chest sculpt. So the chest sculpt is really good. Yep, you can see his body is thin. And then, in the paint job, you can see like, and the issue I have is that it has a black paint right there. Like, I don't know why, but you know. And then now for the legs. So the leg sculpt are pretty good. They're short, and then his feet are big, and the feet sculpt look pretty good as well. And then with the paint job, so you can see it has a little of a brown wash to it, which I like because, you know, I just like when they do washes on the figures. So yeah. And then for the wings, I really like the wing sculpt, but I'm not sure what's with this extra thumb over there, the extra tip of his wings. Like, I believe this is kind of like a earlier design, or maybe this could be in the film. Well, I mean, it's kind of odd that they added an extra like tip of the wing, but you know, I think I think he has that in the movie. But I don't see it on the monster figure, so I'm not sure. Yep, so I really like the way how the wings are sculpted, but I just wish they could just put a little more detail into it. But, you know, there's nothing to complain. This is a kid's toy, so that's why it looks cheap. And now for the back. So, as you can see, the back of the figure, he has like a brown, King Ghidorah has like a brown wash on the back of his necks. Yep, and then same thing, it's just plain gold. And then now for the tails. So you can see, the tail sculpts are really nice. You can see like it has like a brown wash, and that's what I like. So I can give the figure that, like they put like brown wash on it. And then we have the spikes on his tail, which, you know, this is basically his new ability, and then his spikes on his tail can move now. So, yep. So, overall, sculpt is pretty good. And paint is, you know, the paint job is pretty decent. So, yeah. That was all for sculpt and paint. Now for articulation. So King Ghidorah, his heads can move. So you can see they're on a swivel. Yep, so King Ghidorah's heads can move. And then King Ghidorah's his head can move just like the minifigure. So that was the heads, and the legs move, and half of the wings move. But you know, on mine they're a little too loose. But you know, King Ghidorah can still stand, even though his wings are like this. So it's the wings and the tails move. Yep. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this King Ghidorah figure has 9 points of articulation. So yep, that's all for articulation. Now we're going to be taking a look at King Ghidorah's accessories. So King Ghidorah's accessories are very different from Rodan's. So let's take a look at them. So first we have the Argo Jet. So you can see the Argo Jet. We've seen this in the trailers. Yep. I mean, it's a pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Like, I love the sculpt, and you can see like the details they put on it. Yep, and you can see like the rockets. Yep. So the Argo Jet is a pretty decent one. So yep. So that's the Argo Jet. And now let's take a look at the building. So you can see the building is green, just like the Destruction City set. And then, you know, you can see like it has like the clock tower, and I just like the details they put. And it's a little more flatter. And then one thing you can do with the building, you can smash it just like the Destruction City and the Rodan figure. And then one cool thing you can do is that you can get King Ghidorah and you can smash just like how you do with the Rodan, or you can do it like this, like he's coming from behind. So yeah, so that was all for King Ghidorah's accessories. Now it's time for size comparisons. So first we're gonna size him up with the 6-inch Rodan. So as you can see, this is not really size accurate because Rodan is supposed to be a little more smaller. Just like, I mean, Rodan should be like up to King Ghidorah's leg. But you know, they still look good together. So yep, so that was the 6-inch Rodan compared to King Ghidorah. And then next we're going to size him up with the King Collide Battle Pack from the Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah pack. It's the Godzilla mini 2019 figure. So as you can see, I think this is a good sizing because, you know, this is how tall Godzilla was to King Ghidorah in the trailer. But, you know, I think this is a pretty good sizing. But, you know, Godzilla just needs to be a little more bigger. Just like maybe up to here. But, you know, I guess this is a decent size. I mean, this King Ghidorah is a pretty decent size, but I just wish it was more bigger to size up with the 6-inch Godzilla 2019 figure. But you know, I guess this size up perfectly. So yep. And then last, we're gonna be comparing them with the King Collide Battle Pack King Ghidorah. So this is not a size comparisons, but this is just a comparison. So as you can see, the differences is that the 3-inch King Ghidorah is more like hunched over than the 6-inch one. Yep, you can see like the head sculpts are the same, and this King Ghidorah shares the same articulation with the 6-inch figure, and especially with the tails. But it's the fact that they don't share the same articulation with the wings, because half of the wings on the 6-inch figure move, and this one has the full wings, but you know, he cannot stand. So yeah, so I'm gonna be reviewing the King Ghidorah, Godzilla and King Ghidorah Battle Pack soon. So yeah, so that was all for the comparison between the mini King Ghidorah and the 6-inch King Ghidorah, and the size comparisons. Now, time for my final thoughts. So what I think about this figure? Well, this figure is pretty good. I mean, his sculpt is pretty good, and his paint job is pretty decent, but I just wish there was a little more paint job. Like, I just wish the mouth were painted, and the chest was painted, and the horns were painted, and I just wish they can just, like, give him, like, a wash on his wings. But he has pretty good articulation, and pretty good accessories. But overall, this figure is pretty good, so I recommend buying it. So if you see this at your local Walmart, then you can like pick it up before it gets sold out at your Walmart. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.